learn about TMUX. So what are the TMUX? So let's see what is TMUX in the man pages. So TMUX is a terminal multiplexer. So TMUX is a terminal multiplexer. It enables a number of terminals to be created, accessed and controlled from a single screen. TMUX may be detached from a screen and continue running in the background, and then later reattached. You can use TMUX typically on a server when you would like various sessions to be running, and even by accident if the terminal crashes or disconnects, the process will still be running and you can come back and reconnect and the session will be still there. So let's see how TMUX works. TMUX works on three areas. So there is a session, so you can have a number of sessions. So each session will have a window, so you can also have many number of windows in a session, and each window might have many panes. Let's see how this looks. Alright, so to install TMUX you typically use sudo apt install TMUX on a Linux machine. Here I'm using a Pinebook machine. I think this has got a version of Debian, so you can install TMUX like this. So TMUX is already a new version here. So let's clear and let's first run it. Okay, to run TMUX you just say TMUX and you have a terminal with the colored bar here. So here it is showing this is a session and the session name here is 2. We will see how to rename the session later on. And this is my window, and inside this 0 numbered window, it's also called bash, I can have many panes. Let's see how to split your window into number of panes. So TMUX has a key binding which is ctrl B is the default key binding. Let me run a screen key so that you get to see what I'm typing. Alright, so Ctrl B is the key binding, so you will be typing Ctrl and B simultaneously like this, and later on you will type other commands. Okay, to divide this window into panes, so we have two options. One, we can divide it vertically and divide horizontally. Let's type Ctrl B and percentage. This is going to split your screen vertically into two, and now I am in the right side of the pane. So this is one pane and this is another pane which is running inside this window 0 bash, and this window is inside a session called number 2. So we have a session and a window and two panes here. So let's type Ctrl B and this one, and we have horizontal division. Alright, So let's try again. Control B, percentage splits vertically, Control B, double colon, splits horizontally. So now we have 5 panes inside a window named bash. So now how do we navigate from these panes? Let's imagine I want to go from here till here and from here to here or from here to here. So what do you do? So we can use the arrow keys along with Control B, and up arrow takes me to the adjacent pane. Again Control B, and left arrow to the left pane, and Control B to up arrow to the top pane. We can go to Control B and left arrow. Now I am in the larger pane. So we can also use Control B and O to travel around your panes like this. Control B, O, Control B, O, Control B, O. So you can use arrows like this and arrow like this, or Control B and O. Okay, so now we know how to create a pane. So let's see, we go to this one and you can run your command here. Like for example, I want to run htop here. Now it is running here. So now I can go to this one and check for the list. I can go to my this top window and write my pwd. Alright, let's disconnect this terminal accidentally and see how do we get back to this same session. So I'm just going to either close accidentally like this and open a new terminal. So now let's see what is happening with TMUX. If I just type TMUX again, so it is going to open a new terminal. So instead of that, what I want is to check which sessions are running. For that, I'm going to type TMUX ls, and it is going to tell me that there are 2 sessions which are running. There is a 0 session and number 2 session. So I can use TMUX attach to the previous session that we accidentally closed. So the attach is TMUX attach. So now, as you can see, the advantage of using TMUX is that since we closed this accidentally or by some server fault, I can still come back and attach to the TMUX session, and I can get back to the same layout of all the panes and the commands and the content that was there. Alright, so let's see how to close each of these panes. Alright, for closing the panes, we have the key binding, Control B and X. It's going to tell me that, do you want to kill this pane number 1? You can say yes. Okay, that is closed. Now I can navigate to the bottom right pane and I can say Control B and X. it says, do you want to kill pane number 3? Yes. Then I can similarly do ctrl B X for this middle window and type Y, and that is gone now. So similarly we can keep killing all of these. Let's see what happens. So now we have one more pane. Let's see, ctrl B X Y, and all my session windows are closed. Now let's type TMUX ls, so you can see. So now I am left with one session. My previous session is gone. That's how you open a session, create a window, and create lots of panes and kill the panes. So let's now create a new session called as whatever the name that you would like to give. Okay, the command for that is tmux minus tmux new dash session minus t, and you can name as my code. Right, I think the tmux new my code. Tmux new session my code. Alright, now let's open a new session, TMUX. So let's open new windows. Okay, the command for that is command B and C. So now we have another window called bash. So can I open command B C, command B C. So we have open 4 windows. So we can create some panes and another pane. So now we have got 3 panes. Let's run something here so that we are differentiating it. So now we are in window 3, and you can see that the current window is star marked. So if you want to go to the previous one, you can use ctrl B and P takes you to the previous one, ctrl B and N takes to the next one. You can also use numbers because they are numbered 1, 2 and 3. You can use ctrl B, number 1 takes to the first window, ctrl B, number 2 to the second window, and ctrl B and number 3 to the third window. Alright, let's see how to rename these windows. So for that, again ctrl B, and you need to hit comma, and the color changes. It says rename window, so you can say alright, something like HTML. Alright, similarly let's go back to the first window and rename, ctrl B and comma. So this may be Python. So let's go to the next one, which is the second one, and rename it to JS. So now you know how to navigate. Let's see, ctrl B and 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 percentage creates a pane. Alright, so we also know now we have a session here, and how do we rename that session? So for that, the command is ctrl B and and that's kill.js. No, it's ctrl B and $. So we can rename as my session, and that's how you rename your session. So the other command is ctrl B and type and this is going to kill your JS window. Do you want to kill it? Yes, you can kill. So now let's imagine we want to kill HTML. So let's go to HTML, which is next. So we are in HTML and I want to kill this window. Control B and type and you kill HTML. Yes, that's gone, and we are left with only Python and the bash. That's how you use session, windows, and panes. I hope this is of use to you. You can use these commands and learn about TMUX and use it on your virtual cloud machines or on your local machines. Thank you very much.